Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS and on the radio. I'm your teacher, Gabe.
And I'm your teacher, Andrea. Get ready for an English adventure as we are still at Taroko Gorge.
And also get ready to learn more about outdoors and nature. We have some key words that have to do with outdoors. Let's look at the first one. It is hike. Hike. Let's go on a hike. I need some exercise.
Meter. Meter. The building was only 60 meters high.
Adventure. Adventure. I like having adventures. They are fun.
Across. Across. The dog ran across the street.
Bridge. Bridge. We have to go over this bridge to cross the river.
And we have to say these keywords together again. Are you ready? Yes, let's go. The first one is hike. Hike.
Meter. Meter.
Adventure. Adventure.
Across. Across.
Bridge. Bridge.
Okay, well now it's time for us to cross over to Eddie and find out today's mission. Eddie?
Yes. Are we going on an adventure?
Well, yes, we are, Eddie. Every day is an adventure.
That's right. Now, we need a mission for a real adventure.
Okay, so today we will have an adventure. That's good. Okay.
And what's the mission?
Hey, the mission. Today's mission. Which waterfall does Grandma want to see?
Which waterfall does Grandma want to see?
That's a pretty good question. Well, let's find out if we can see the answer to today's mission in today's lesson right now.
Good morning, Patty. Did you sleep well?
Oh, yes. I'm ready for another hike. Which waterfall are we going to see?
Grandma wants to hike to Bai Young Waterfall.
Is that a long hike?
No, but you begin the hike with a walk through a tunnel.
Fun! Where are Brian and Grandma?
They're still eating breakfast. Brian is a slow eater.
Well, Andrea, I like Brian already because he is a slow eater. I'm a slow eater as well. Whenever I eat food, I eat it very slowly. Andrea, are you a slow eater?
No, Gabe, I'm not a slow eater like you. I enjoy my food, but I usually eat it quickly, not very slowly.
Okay, so they're eating breakfast right now. Well, let's look at our key word here today. It is the word hike. Hike. Now, we learned the word hike before as a verb, to hike somewhere, but it's also a noun, the word hike. For instance, it's a trip walking somewhere, the outdoors or in nature. That is a hike.
So when you are hiking, you are on a hike. In our conversation, Patty says, I'm ready for another hike. And it sounds like an interesting hike that they're taking today.
That's right. She asks, which waterfall are we going to? Well, hey, this sounds like the answer to our mission. The mission is, which waterfall does Grandma want to see?
Which waterfall does Grandma want to see? She wants to hike to Baiyang Waterfall.
She wants to go to the Baiyang Waterfall. Well, that sounds interesting. Now let's look a little further in the conversation. Roger says you begin the hike with a walk through the tunnel. Now usually when we see the word walk, it's a verb, but just like the word hike, walk is a noun here, a walk through the tunnel.
So when you are walking, you are taking a walk.
We're here.
How many mantou did you eat, Brian?
Only 4.
That's a lot. Well, let's go.
Okay, we'll drive about 300 meters. Then we walk through a long tunnel.
Are there lights in the tunnel?
No, we'll walk in the dark. It will be an adventure.
Okay.
Don't worry, Patty. I brought flashlights.
Wow, this will be an adventure. Now, Gabe, would you like to walk through a tunnel without any lights?
Yeah, I think that would be exciting, going through a tunnel that is all dark.
Okay, well, yes, it would be exciting. I think it would be an adventure. Well, friends, let's look at our first keyword in this conversation. It is meter. Meter. Grandma says they'll drive about 300 meters. A meter is something that you use to see how long another thing is. It's a way to measure it.
That's right, it's a distance. For instance, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, the word meter.
Or if you're talking about how tall you are, you can say, I am 1 meter and 70 centimeters. Gabe, how tall are you?
Well, I am almost 2 meters tall.
Whoa, you're almost 2 meters tall?
Well, sure.
Gabe, you are very tall. Our next keyword is adventure. Adventure. Now, friends, an adventure is something exciting that is happening to you.
That's right, it's something fun where you don't really know what will happen at the end. It is an adventure.
And on adventures, you are always learning something new and exciting. So learning English is an adventure.
That's right.
Patty, Grandma, Roger, and Brian walk to the Baiyang Waterfall Trail. They walk into the long tunnel and then out the other side. They walk along the trail and look at the beautiful views. Patty takes lots of pictures. Soon they can see the falls. They walk across a suspension bridge. Patty doesn't like the bridge at all. It sways too much.
Wow. In this conversation, we see that these 4 people are doing something a lot, Andrea. What are they doing?
Well, they are walking a lot. Where do they start walking?
They walk to the Baiyang Waterfall Trail.
And then they walk into the long tunnel and then out the other side.
And they walk along the trail and look at the beautiful views.
Then they walk across a bridge.
So they're doing a lot of walking. That's good exercise. And something that's good exercise for us is learning key words. Our first one is across. Say it with me. Across. Across is a word that you use to describe going over the top of something else. So going from one side to another, you go across.
So you can walk across a room. You go from one side of the room across to the other side.
You can say, we went in a boat across the lake. Now let's look at this next key word. The word is bridge. Bridge. A bridge is something that is over water so that people and animals can go across to the other side.
So a bridge can be built across water or over water. A bridge can also be built across another road.
And we see that Patty does not like this bridge too much because it sways too much. All right.
Song time.
Day by day, in the same way, it's time for you to know, stepping out is the way to go. People pass you by, you don't know what's inside. Lonely souls look down and fear, needing a word of joy and cheer. It's up to you. It's up to me to be there when we see our need. It's up to you. It's up to me to reach out with a loving hand, to be the one who understands. It's up to me to be there when we see our need. It's up to you. It's up to me to reach out with a loving hand, to be the one who understands. You understand. I understand. To be the one who understands.
Conversation replay.
Good morning, Patty. Did you sleep well?
Oh, yes. I'm ready for another hike. Which waterfall are we going to see?
Grandma wants to hike to Bai Young Waterfall.
Is that a long hike?
No, but you begin the hike with a walk through a tunnel.
Fun! Where are Brian and Grandma?
They're still eating breakfast. Brian is a slow eater.
We're here.
How many mantou did you eat, Brian?
Only 4.
That's a lot. Well, let's go.
Okay, we'll drive about 300 meters. Then we walk through a long tunnel.
Are there lights in the tunnel?
No, we'll walk in the dark. It will be an adventure.
Okay.
Don't worry, Patty. I brought flashlights.
Patty, Grandma, Roger, and Brian walk to the Bai Young Waterfall Trail. They walk into the long tunnel and then out the other side. They walk along the trail and look at the beautiful views. Patty takes lots of pictures. Soon they can see the falls. They walk across a suspension bridge. Patty doesn't like the bridge at all. It sways too much.
Calendar phrase.
Look at that waterfall, Andrea.
Where, Gabe? I don't see a waterfall.
Neither do I. But today's calendar phrase is just that. Today's phrase is, look at that waterfall.
Look at that waterfall.
Now, if you are hiking along on a trail and you see a waterfall, you can say, hey, look at that waterfall.
Look at that waterfall. You want someone to look at it.
And right now it's time for us to look at today's calendar phrase. Let's go there now.
Look at that waterfall.
Look at that waterfall. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at pictures for my trip. Look at that waterfall.
Wow, look at that waterfall. It is beautiful.
I know. Look at that waterfall. It is so blue. We walked underneath it.
Was it fun?
Yes, but I almost fell into the water.
That's scary.
It was exciting. Look at that waterfall.
Look at that waterfall.
Hey everybody, now it's time to find out the question of the day.
I have it. I have the question of the day.
Well, that's great.
Good news.
Okay, here it is. The question of the day. Do you like to walk in the dark? Why or why not?
Do you like to walk in the dark? Why or why not?
No, I don't like to walk in the dark. I like to walk outside in the sunshine because then I can see everything.
All the beautiful things in the world. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us here today on Let's Talk in English,
We're on PTS and the radio.
where walking in the light can be fun.
Bye-bye.